Hello, my name is Henry Oswago and this is my week 3 project for CSE 341, a book library API with complete CRUD operations. I'll be demonstrating a single collection with full CRUD functionality, data validation, error handling, MongoDB integration, and live deployment. First, we need to check the health check and current state of our API. Now, I'll come here, npm start. Our API is running. From here, you can see that our API is connected successfully to MongoDB running on port 3000. So let's check the health of our API. Checking the health, we follow the link. Now we can see here the status OK and also connected to our database. So we also check the books in our library. Now to check the books in our library, we follow the link. So you can see that we have various books here in our library, like The Home of the Brave, Spirit Bound, and so many others. So this is good that this shows us that we have real data and proof that our API is working. So I will use these existing books for some operations and create new ones to demonstrate the CRUD life cycle. Now first, let's create 2 new books in our library. You can see I have an already created book, book 1.json, Spy of the Night, and book 2, Planet of Apes. So we are going to create these books. I'm making use of my command prompts here. You can see that on my screen. So let's create the first book, book 1. I'll take this link, go to my command prompt, paste success, book created, Spy of the Night by John Steinbeck. Now I will create the second book. Book created successfully, also the Planet of Apes. So let's check if this book have been stored successfully in our library. I'll go back to my test file, follow the link, and click. You can see the recent messages here. You can find our file. We have a lot of books in our library here. Spy of the Night, you can see that here, and we have the ID 6920, which is an ID used in Mongo database. So our book has been stored successfully or created successfully in our library. So I can decide to update this particular book. Let's take, for instance, Spy of the Night. I will copy his ID. I'll come here, paste here to update his full data. I'll paste it here and then copy to have at least 500 word page. Then I will now paste it here. You can see that you have the message that is already what exists here. That means we have an updated files. The page count, the publisher, everything is what? Complete. So we can also try doing something else. This time around, let's check for errors, which also known as data validations. Error handling text. Now the error handling text, this one tells us if we use the wrong ID or the book not found in our library. Let's take this, follow the link. Let's follow the link. Clicking on this, look at the error message, book not found. The error message here says this particular ID don't belong in our bookshelf. Then let's check for this particular ID using alphanumeric. So you can see I have already created an alphanumeric ID here. Let's follow the link and see what happens. Invalid ID format. this particular one give us the error message in our files. Then we can also check for data validation tests. Follow the link and click. This one tells us, you know, that all our files have the complete set of information it needs. So we can move on to the next one, to delete operation. Now I can go back to my file, my recently created book. Let's say Planet of Apes. Look at the ID here, 6920. I'll copy the link, the ID link, come here and edit it with this one in my previous test. Paste, take the information. I'll take the information and go to my command prompt. Now, success message, book deleted successfully. So we can also verify. So we can come here to verify if the book still exists somewhere in our file. Let's find out if we can still find Planet of Apes. So I will clean this, paste. So if you look carefully through these files, you will see that our Planet of Apes is no longer in our library. Now that is that for delete. We now go to our live deployment, but first I will send this to my GitHub. Send it to my GitHub. I'll add this and commit. Then stage the changes, and this goes to our render dashboard. So now let me go to my render. Here you can see my render, the boost collection API. Now I will now deploy the latest commit. So our deployment is along the way. So once we have successfully committed this particular file, we can actually test for the health using our render app, and also test for our books using our live render server. So you can see here is live now and have been deployed successfully. I will click on this, my live server. You can see our library connected successfully. Now I can also test for heads. Come to my slash health th. You can see that the statue is what? Okay. I can also test for the books there. Such as let's look at the book 1 in our JSON. Book 1. Let's look at what book 1 is all about. I'll copy and paste here my live. So you can see that the book already exists in our file. So from our render application, we can also test. Also, let's follow the link, check for the books in our library, open. These are all the books successfully created in our library. So now we can now clean up our files. The first one, book1.json, book1.json, and book2.json. I'll take this, go to my remove. I can stop this and remove item silently from our file. So while we wait for our files to be deleted, so we have seen all the requirements for this assignment. So we started by using two or more existing books, and created two new ones, tested the validation, the error handling, perform update and delete operations. Then I verified everything works in production. So all this source code is available on my GitHub, and the API meets all full functionalities. Thank you for watching.